all of us at a certain point of our childhood dreamt of being a brave commander or a wise ruler and live in a castle of fantasy. So, were medieval castles really that a dream place to live in? To make things clearer, we will break it down and reveal the reality of these structures. When we say medieval castles, we are talking about the fortresses that started to appear in the 10th century and served as a tool for the monarchs and local lords to administrate, protect their territories, and also as a way to display their power and wealth. These monuments evolved from simple wooden fortresses constructed on a hill into becoming the powerful strongholds we all know. Our friends, the local lords, were pretty picky choosing the placement of their castles. First, they select a fertile land where water is available, because this building needs a constant supply of water and food. Then, from this land they pick a spot that has defensive advantage that could be either human-made, like ancient Roman fortification, or natural, like the top of a hill, near the top of a cliff, or even at the border of a river. These castles were composed of a moat, a barbican, walls and towers, fortified gatehouse, keep, and a courtyard. The moat, or the ditch, was made deep enough to hide the advance of the enemy. The sides were steep, and stakes can be placed in the bottom to make it harder to cross. If filled with water, only half a meter depth was required to obstruct the enemy and make them more vulnerable to missiles fired from the wall above. Barbican. The barbican was a defensive fortification built to protect potential weak spots like gates and could have its own protection like towers or external walls. Walls and towers. The walls surrounding the castle presented a big challenge to attackers. Towers were added to them so that the defender could fire down onto the enemy from multiple angles. Fortified gatehouse. The main gate of a castle was potentially one of its weakest points, and for this reason, gates gained more and more protective feature over time, like twin towers, a heavy wooden door, and so on. Over time, gatehouses became remarkable strong points, and they were even used as residence. Some gatehouses also had dungeons under them, or even a chapel in them. Keep. The tower keep or dungeon was a multi-storied tower building with especially thick walls and a well-defended entrance, which made it the safest place in the castle when under attack. They were imposing structures and useful indicators of a local lord or sovereign's power. The basement of the keep was used for the storage of foodstuff, arms and equipment. On the ground floor were the kitchens and sometimes the stables. The first floor typically contained a great hall for banquets and audiences. This was a room designed to impress. On this floor too, and perhaps also on the floor above as well, there were private chambers and usually a chapel. The top floor, sometimes called the sun room, was safe enough to have bigger windows. The courtyard or inner bay. Besides the keep, there could be several buildings, such as granary, workshops. This place was known as courtyard. To sum things up, we can say that the keep is luxurious and can be a great home. But after all, a medieval castle was a military base, so is living in such place ideal after all? Thanks guys for watching, and if you found this topic interesting, we already did a video on Middle Ages before that you can feel free to check. And we're always open to ideas for future videos.